Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Viola, Viola Anggreni. You can call me Viola. So today I want to presenting about my PPT with the title is Exploring Cognitive Language Acquisition Process and Implication in the Second Language Learning. So first of all is a table of content. This is introduction, previous study, research, methodology, background, and conclusion. For the first one is introduction. The introduction of the article or paper on the connectivism and its implication in the second language learning is elaborates on connectivism as cognitive theory that view learners as active processor of information. It highlights that learning involves analyzing situation and making sense of sensory experience. So, also is briefly discuss related theories from a heuristical perspective, categorizing cognitism within the innocent models and emphasizing the practical implication of cognitive theories in teaching through techniques like problem solving and discovery learning. And for previous study, this is a study, the studies that explores various dimensions of the of the second language acquisition. For instance, it highlights research on cognitive process in language learning. So this particularly focusing on how memory system operate during the acquisition process, including the distinction between short-term and long-term memory, as discussed by Rivers et al. So this is mentioned how the cognitive load evake learners' ability to grasp new language elements, the role of knowledge transfer, which can lead the challenge like interference from the first language by Farrokh et al. And the next slide is research. So they have five mm, then the first one is cognitive process. This is a research examines how memory system, including the short-term and long-term memory, facilitate language acquisition. So the second is cognitive load. The study discussed the cognitive load as the significant hurdle learners face when acquiring the second language. And the third is the knowledge transfer. The research emphasizes the dual nature of knowledge transfer, where learners draw similarities between their native and target language, which can be beneficial or lead to interference errors. And the next is linguistic mechanism. The article devolves into the various linguistic aspects, such as phonological awareness, syntax, and pragmatic skill, asserting that understanding these mechanics is crucial for achieving fluency in the new language. And the last is role of immersion and technology. So the study is underscores and the advantages of immersive environment and the use of technology as the essential components that uh, enhance motivation and facilitate the learning process. And the three methodology there is literature review. The author draw upon existing literature, theories, and historical figures in the field of language acquisition to provide context and background on connectivism and its teaching methodologies. And the second is theoretical analysis. This article describes various connective theories, like particularly emphasizing how they relate to language learning and the implication for teaching practices. So the last is discussion teaching techniques. Yeah, it also outlines specific teaching techniques associate with cognitive theories such as problem-based learning and discovery learning, suggesting methods that could be implemented in the language classroom. So this have background, yeah. The number one is importance of language acquisition. This have two. The first one is foundation of communication. Language is essential for human interactions and plays the critical role in the conveying tools, emotion, and cultural understanding. The process of language acquisition is foundational in developing communication skills. And the second, global context. As the globalization continues, the context people the ability to communicate in the multiple languages, especially English. Yeah. Sorry, they have error. So we can continue. Start with global context. As the globalization continues, the connect people to ability to communicate on multiple languages, especially English, has become increasingly vital for personal, academic, and the personal successes. And the next, the first year, sorry, number two, first versus second language acquisition. So, first language acquisition, this is process is typically instinctual, occurring naturally during early childhood, with infants learn to communicate with their caregivers. The cognitive and linguistic mechanism involved are often seamless and linguistic involved are often seamless and intuitive. So the second language and second language acquisition. In the contrast, learning a second language L2 involve a more complex interplay of cognitive strategies, as it often occurs in later stage, like adolescence for adulthood. This process is influenced by factors such as prior knowledge, motivation, learning environment, and strategies employed by the learner. Number three is an active process is SLA, or a second language acquisition. The first one is memory system. Memory system is a short-term and a long-term memory play distinct roles in the acquiring vocabulary and grammar and the cognitive load. Learning a new language can be cognitively overwhelming due to the simultaneous processing of grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and cultural context. And the last is knowledge transfer. Learners can draw on their native language um, to support their learning, which can be beneficial or lead to interference resulting in errors. So this is conclusion. Yeah, it is conclusion. Effectively, yeah, summarize the integrated relationship between cognitive mechanism and linguistic tools and the second language acquisition process, while also highlighting practical implication for enhancing language learners. It leaves reader with a sense of empowerment and motivation to engage deeply in the learning process, acknowledging both the struggles, and the rewards inherent in mastering a new language. So, uh, I mean that's all about my presentation in this subject. I want to say thank you and sorry about my presentation about this not perfectly. So I want to say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.